Peace. Peace is the Dark Lord. And now I'm back in the building. What up, y'all? What's poppin'? Shouts out to the Occult College. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What up? You already know what I want to see. Blow this chat up. All right? Especially because this is a brand new channel. I really want y'all to blow this channel up. All right? I need y'all super active over here. All right? What's good? Got a couple things to talk about. And I'm going to just say this. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just say this. After I talk here, then I'm going to drop the science in the Living Necronomicon. After I talk here, I'm going to drop the science in the Living Necronomicon. But you'll like the video. Lavish 121, you got to change your screen name. I only want Slytherin over here. That's right. You see what Sadiddy said. Thumbs up the video. We got a lot to talk about. And then I'm going to give y'all the work on the Living Necronomicon. But I'm talking on this channel so that y'all can understand the point. So that y'all can understand the point. All right. Successfully, I've been able to breed millionaires. I'm very happy that I'm able to say that the spiritual science that I teach consistently have made millionaires, right? With that being said, when I make certain claims, right, and I say things like Shakti will make you rich, I'm not advertising. So when I say the title of this video is Shakti is the real money science, why it makes people rich, this is not advertisement and it's not clickbait. This is a thing. And the Sri Vidya is one of my favorite things because one of the reasons, one, is so sacred. It's so secret, right? It was never created to be public knowledge. That's why when you look for Sri Vidya, Lalita, Shakti, the Nitya goddesses, the 64 Yoginis, you don't find nothing. So it was never meant for mass teaching. It was only meant as an initiatory practice and it's very layered. And its main thing for ages has been secrecy. Emerald J. Slytherin, I like your name. You're welcome, no problem. Right? So, the way that I think is, I've seen the New Age era, right? I remember when spirituality was for a lot of people that were into the mystic stuff were considered weirdos, right? But then I seen the New Age era coming, right? I seen everybody getting turned out by spirituality and mysticism, occultism, magic, sorcery, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And seeing this coming, I knew that if anyone is going to really stand out, they would have to be practicing what nobody even knows about yet. Until this day, nobody really is Nobody in the mainstream even knows the word Sri Vidya. But y'all do. Giselle, what's good, son? What's good? You could put Pambajira in your screen name. You heard? But anyway, y'all have the opportunity to crack this ish open and really do something and leave a very strong imprint on the planet, however you choose, if you understand what I'm showing y'all with Shakti, Shaktism, Sri Vidya, the Mahavidyas, the 64 Yoginis, the Nitya goddesses, and what is actually considered classical, authentic, divine feminine practice or divine feminine worship. The practice or the worship of the divine feminine. This is it. It's not Kemetic science, believe it or not. It's not African spirituality, believe it or not. Not the classical approach to divine feminine. It all relies in, is underlined under Shaktism. Right? Now, the dope thing about this is, so one, it was hidden. The second thing about this is because, of course, you know, the patriarchal systems of the world hate Shaktism. The reason is because it teaches true feminine empowerment. And that feminine empowerment includes the material, wealth, magical practice. In other words, you practicing this is messing up the church's money. This is a big reason of why most people never heard of it. Y'all are hearing of it, and some of y'all have heard of it for years, and some of y'all been working the mantras for years, and it's been working. And everybody who practiced this over the years, your money has increased. But I'm trying to take y'all deeper. Press 1 if you feel like you want to go deeper and you get what I'm saying. In order to go deeper into Shaktism and extract the real money, right? I don't want to say wealth because sometimes wealth takes 20, 30, 40, 50 years to attain for a lot of people, right? But I want to see y'all as some of my more wealthy clients. I don't want to just see the clients that I know from overseas or whatever. I want to see y'all really hitting this stuff. Some people that I know that practice this, they were kind of born into the rituals, born into this. Y'all got the opportunity, but you got to be immersed. You got to be immersed. You got to be immersed. All right? Very important. I started a brand new channel, 2 brand new channels, just because of how I want to transmit the energy, and y'all mother too, how we want to transmit the energy is really going to be on some guru to student-ish, like direct transmission. That's one of the reasons that we are making it mandatory that you gotta pull up to in-person stuff. Is this resonating, y'all? Are y'all feeling what I'm saying? All right. So I'm gonna go over there to the Living Necronomicon, and when I go over there, right, so the next video I make, as soon as I get off of here, going over there. When I go over there, I'm dropping the science right away. I'm dropping the supply list and science and all that right away. I'll talk about the philosophy of it here, but I'm gonna drop the science over there. Right? We don't have a lot of time. Right now, the window is open. Okay? And to further teach y'all, when you start learning about the nityas, this is all about open and closed windows. When you start dealing with the moon cycles, you start realizing this nitya stuff is about hacking time. It gets very mystical, it gets very occult, and it gets deep. See, there's a difference between the Western occultism and the Eastern occultism. Western occultism is a baby. Western occultism was founded in like the 1700s by Europeans. Eastern occultism, super ancient. What do I mean by that? Yes, it's one thing to draw a seal or a talisman of Solomon and all of that, but it's a whole other thing when you start playing with the moon cycles and you start realizing behind every moon cycle is a goddess, a red goddess called a Nitya. And that red goddess is in tune with the divisions of your breathing. Right? So pranayama, you master pranayama, you will see a red goddess in your mind's eye. Right? Dealing with the Sri Vidya, with the Nityas, you start understanding how the fabric of reality actually works at a very, very advanced level. And for most people who are not into the occult at all, very, very dangerous level. But for y'all, a very, very advanced level. What can you do with this? Attain a lot of power. Why do we need power? Because we need enough power to make changes on the planet. Right? Why do we want to make changes on the planet? Because you didn't come here just to breathe, exist, and learn lessons to die and come back again. So how do you want to play the game of life? That's a question that y'all got to be thinking about before me and Chi take y'all to these degrees. All right, electric lioness, let me give you a wrench. It's a question. All right. Been doing Lalita Triputa Sundari daily from the old teaching. So this is great. Yeah, this is where it's at. Goddess Serpent 369. I'm going to need you to change your name. Put Slytherin somewhere in there. All right, everybody who got Slytherin in their name, I need a gang of snakes. I need a gang of snakes. Just blow the chat up real quick with snakes. Let's go. Giving y'all the Sri Vidya is daring within itself. All right. I think that this would be the only year that I will actually hand out the practice directly. I know one thing for a fact. Later on, I'm not giving it out. I know that. I know that. I know that. So this is a year where I think the key thing I want to say is that you want to be immersed. All right. This is, it's a money science. It's In some degrees, it is the only money science even worth immersing yourself in. The reason I say that is because everything goes back to Sri or Shreen, right? This is the very fabric of wealth, right? That's one of the reasons that I liked trading currency, because trading currency is you're making money off of the fabric of money, right? But when I started trading currency and practicing the Sri Vidya at the same time, it was crazy, right? The first trade I ever made, right, within 5 minutes of learning how to trade, only took me like half a day. The first trade I made $800 in 30 seconds, right? It was on after that because I was immersed in the Sri Vidya already. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all are all Goddess Serpent 369. I'm gonna text you in about as soon as I get off of here. Right? Y'all want to get into trading, crypto, and all that? If you're tapping into it and not immersing yourself into a esoteric money science like the Sri Vidya, I'm not gonna say that you're gonna do bad. But there's a quicker way to the money. You can deal with way less trial and error. You could just deal strictly with wealth. What do y'all think about that? Tell me what y'all think about that. I just started trading futures market. This is the stuff that I want to talk about on this channel. Currently day trading, so I'm in. This is what I want to talk about here. Because it's hard to talk about this stuff like trading, business, and sadhana on the same video sometimes, right? Like the actual practice of sadhana and talk about trading, but we could talk about all of that right here. So if y'all with that, turn your notifications on here now. All right. Another thing that I want to say to everybody watching this, all right? As you immerse into Shaktism and the Sri Vidya, it can be a potentially lonely path, right? Press 1 right now if you feel like because of what you practice, you can't relate to your friends anymore. Press 1. Press 1 if you feel like that. I need some more likes too. Let's get these likes up. If you feel like that now, I'm telling you right now, it only gets worse. And it's not that your friend is doing something wrong, it's that you're immersing yourself into something that the average person can't even comprehend. Right now is a good, if you have someone that you feel like is a good friend of yours, especially if y'all in a relationship, now is a good time to try to get them locked into this. Because if you don't, this is going to happen and you're not coming back. Even if it's one other person, try to get at least one other person to be practicing this with you. All right? And we didn't start yet. We about to start. Shoot today because I'm doing the first video on the other channel. But right now, it's a good idea to get at least one other person hooked in. All right? Somebody said the ones I brought in flipped flipped, they out. If you bring someone in and they flip, that means that they didn't have good intentions. That means that they actually had some ill intentions towards you. All right. I've been seeing two people in my life getting interested for the first time in months of practicing. So perfect. Yes. Why are they interested after months of you practicing? Because you are leading by example. Your money is good. And what you're talking about is good. And they see that you're not struggling. You're not going through nothing. You looking more attractive. You upgrading. Oh, okay. I got you, Aki. Parcel tongue. I like that. Right? I don't have anyone that I trust enough. And I'm in a new place where I don't know anyone here except my aunt. And she's stuck in her. Okay, that's fine. I get it. Someone will come to you. Right? But you wanna try to get at least one other person to be hooked in, or it can get lonely, right? My daughter's starting to lock in though. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. I spoke on the Sri Vidya years ago. We went through the neat years. We did the Devi Kagamala and all of that. But I was the first person to make YouTube videos on the Sri Vidya, the neat years, the Sri Yantra, and all of that. I was the first person to do it. When I did it, it went great. The only thing that happened is that a lot of college students, they couldn't handle how advanced it was after a while because their mental wasn't in the right place. They wasn't understanding that this was an advanced science. So a lot of people quit. And those that stuck around, they're still around now. But a lot of people quit because they wasn't understanding you're fighting for secrets. The beauty of you fighting for the secrets in the Sri Vidya is that you don't have to wait for the wealth. Right? You know how like in Christianity, you gotta die to get to heaven? In the Sri Vidya, you just gotta memorize a stotram. All right? You just gotta memorize a stotram. You gotta chant a bija sound and do some blue V. And you're there. It's a difference. All right. Legacy Sigma said, it's just me. I tried. People ate in this time. I get that piece though. I get that. I get it. Right? That's why I want to make this House of Slytherin channel a channel where everyone is locked in. So we got the in-person stuff, we got Discord, and even the YouTube channels. I wanted community, because you're not going to get community nowhere else. Right? So we might as well lock in like this. Do y'all understand my concept here? That's my concept. Because what I am sharing with y'all it was never an easy practice, and according to tantric history in India, right? Only the best of the best were able to actually complete the Sri Vidya. Only the top of the top was able to even complete it. Only the best of the best of the best were even offered the initiation. Right? So I'm offering it, we are offering it to y'all, right? Because we are in dire circumstances on this planet, right? And the African spiritual stuff ain't gonna cut it, right? The Western occult practice is not gonna cut it. Christianity or Abrahamic stuff damn sure ain't gonna cut it. So we're handing y'all some elite stuff so that y'all can make it shake. All right? And y'all gonna put some swag on it while we at it. All right? I'll say in the chat, y'all. All right. I'll say in the chat. What I love about this practice is the minute you start working it, you become more attractive. Your aging reverses. I don't care how old you are. Your aging will reverse again, and you'll become more attractive. Your money will go up. You'll get more famous in a good way. Right? And then to learn the secrets of pleasure. That's a whole other world of power that you will have. Right? But, family, it is work. It is work. It's a lot of work. All right? Where's the work? The work is in the mantras. Okay? I would like to ask everybody, how did y'all feel about the Ganesha work? How did that treat y'all? How did y'all like that? How did y'all feel about the Ganesha work? How many videos did we do for Ganesha? Let me check. How many videos did we drop? I'm checking the playlist right now. Checking the playlist right now. 17 videos. Loved it, right? Missed having that daily sadhana. It's getting warmer outside. You know, by middle of the summer, I can have y'all floating. When I say float, I'm talking about you'll be here getting everything done in real life, but you're going to be all the way over there. Nothing going to be able to bother y'all. All right? But again, as I said, maybe like a week ago, my job is to challenge y'all. My and Chi job is to challenge y'all. So challenge number 1, did everybody hit up for the in-person? We're doing an in-person ceremony. 64 yoginis and nityas. It is a power of the night ceremony, meaning whatever time you get to us, it might be 4 p.m., but we're going to be chanting until the next morning. Y'all cannot go to sleep. We're going to chant for y'all till the next morning. We're going to show you how we do. That ceremony alone is going to give you so much wealth. If you are interested in that ceremony, make sure you text the Occult College, 917-426-1192. Just put ceremony, 917-426-1192. Put 64 Yogini Nitya ceremony. All right. That's going to be in a couple of weeks. It's going to be in a couple of weeks. About a month from now. Are we going to work directly with the 64 yoginis for that? Yes, we're going to work directly with the 64 yoginis and the nityas. This is a combination. Right? So you're going to learn the nitya science and the 64 yogini science. And haven't taught that in years. All right. Anybody have any questions about this? It's a good time for y'all to ask questions. Anybody have any questions? Aki said this is about to be so lit. It's just that time. It's just that time. Right now, what if you can't make the ceremony? Come to the next one. All right, come to the next one if you can't make it. All right. One of the things I'm working on right now, I have 64 Yogini yantras. 64 Yogini pocket yantras. Don't have a lot of them left. Them joints is serious. Text me directly, 917-605-1469 if you are interested. Come on, you know I got some stuff in the bag. Let me get one. All right. Y'all know what they do. Right? You will have a yogini with you, and then I'll give you a ritual that'll go with the yantra. Right? So, I'm excited for this because it's like, so I was watching a video earlier today, and they're talking about how like the Sri Vidya is becoming more popular in India. We've been talking about this for 9 years. Right? Legacy Sigma, text me. You gotta refresh my memory. You gotta refresh my memory with that. All right. But my passion for teaching the Sri Vidya is that this is y'all science, right? So you got the people from the Indus Valley, and you got the tribal feminine cults from the Indus Valley, right? These very dark people from places like Tamil that were in these very, very indigenous tribal feminine cults. This is who the Lalita Tripura Sundari, the Mahavidyas, the Nityas, Shaktis came to these people first. Till this day, these people are still tapped into the practice. So tapped in that these people are like one step above the people in the uncontacted tribes, right? So the people in these cults don't really interact with the outside world because the outside world is so chaotic. So I'm trying to put y'all on to something. Okay. And then, see, a lot of people, they get caught up in this thing that because they're not paying attention, they get caught up in this thing that they think that I teach because they don't pay attention long enough, this thing called Hinduism. I don't teach Hinduism. I'm not a Hindu. I teach the Sri Vidya, and that is tantra. There is a difference. So that's another thing I want y'all to know. Okay? Right? This is not Hinduism. All right? Let me show y'all something real quick. Let me see if I can show y'all something. Let me see if I can show y'all something. All right. When I talk about Lalita Tripura Sundari, and when I say that the divine feminine cults from the people of the Indus Valley, that's what came to them. Okay? Y'all need to understand that. Southern part of India. All right? Not. So that's what came to them. Not this. I don't know who that is. This is not what they was looking at. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Right? So I need y'all to lock in. This Sri Vidya is a cult. In India, which still is a spiritual super state. Got India, got Brazil, got Senegal, got other places, spiritual super states. Right? In India, if you wanted to get into the occult, similar to like over here, if you want to get into the occult, they would reference the Kabbalah. The Sri Vidya is the tantric Kabbalah, but the difference is the Sri Vidya is way older than the Kabbalah. Kabbalah works, but it ain't the Sri Vidya. This thing is alien for real. But it's not something that will ever be handed to anybody who wants to be a sadhak of the Sri Vidya. You got to fight for this thing. And that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I'll take y'all on a journey. Y'all gotta look. I don't care if your grandmother died. Like, you gotta jump right back in. Right? Let go of those attachments. I don't care if you're getting divorced. That's a distraction. You want wealth or not? Because, Lolita will let you jump on the path, but you gotta be strong enough to be persistent to continue on through. You gotta keep the current going. I like that. Yes, you gotta keep the current going. All right. So if y'all going to tap into this, I'm telling y'all be some very powerful people, and y'all will have a science that nobody knows yet. And by the time everybody over here gets wind of it, you will have had it for years, and you could be a true pioneer of it. Right? But you gotta lock in. I need y'all to set y'all schedule. I need y'all to lock in. Tune the world out. The worst thing that you could be on is that Instagram. I'm telling you, it's garbage. Right? Hold on, let me give another wrench out here. All right. So again, if you want the pocket yantras, text me now. I'll try to get back to you today. But if I don't get back to you today, I'll definitely get back to you tomorrow. But text me now, because I know everybody about to flood me about the pocket yantras. I ain't even trying to advertise them like that right now. 917-605-1469. 917-605-1469. All right. Yes, pocket yantras are stargates. What do the pocket yantras do? You're walking with a Nitya goddess. Like, you're walking with the red goddess. Think about what that means. Right? Pocket business, Nitya yantras. Wealth. It just has wealth written all over it. So we got that. All right, so anybody have any questions? Does anyone have any questions? I'm giving out some more rinses. I like how it's looking over here. Who are the Asuras? How do they relate? I can't talk about that right now. That's a layered question. That's all I gotta say. Can you do a mudra class? I was tapping in last night during the meditation. Y'all mother, if y'all are dedicated enough, I can get her to do a mudra / puja workshop. All right? Because, like, I don't see it practical to teach mudras on YouTube. And learning mudras is like learning Masonic handshakes. Well, actually more powerful. But think about that, because all Masonic handshakes or hand signs are mudras. So think about the power in that alone. See, this is what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Right? Every Nitya has a mudra. Right? That's what y'all should, this is what I'm trying to show y'all. But y'all would have to be consistently dedicated now. And then we could do a mudra workshop in person so that you actually learn the mudra inside out and know what it's for. So mudra workshop. Right? Some of y'all, when she was doing the meditation, y'all probably was randomly doing mudras out of the blue. What is that? This is galactic technology. All right? Press 1 if either me or Chi have done a meditation and you just randomly started doing mudras. Press 1. That's how you know that this is real. Right? You just throwing up hand signs. You don't even know what it is. It's just randomly happening. Why? Because you're practicing alien technology. Okay? Yeah, they don't have that in Christianity. They just have the, what you call it? What's that thing where they be post-convulsion all over the place? The Holy Ghost. Right? So, yes, we could do a mudra class. We could do a pranayama workshop in person. Those two things, right? We can set that stuff up, but y'all gotta be able to show up. This is why we're scheduling a in-person ceremony, and we want to do one at least once every 45 days. We want to meet in person in order for this to work. All right? Instead of going on Instagram and following people who have 1 million, 2 million subscribers, they ain't talking about nothing. You gotta research certain aliens that walk this planet, like Hayagriva, right? Krishna. And there's a long list. Some of the Sufi Hazrats. Like, there's a world of people who've walked this planet that you gotta study, because this information very, 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 very well hidden. Right? Not Deepak Chopra, who is in the Epstein files. So if you follow him, block his ass. Look, he just looked like a creep. I knew something was off with him. I knew it. There's Sufi civilizations in the earth, right? Somebody asked me just now. Oh yeah, of course. I mean, you got Sufi civilizations in the earth. You got the tantrikas in the earth. You got everybody who's doing the sacred medicine in the earth. That's a whole world, of course, absolutely. Right? You should start the sadhana all over again after 3 days. Should you just start the sadhana all over again after 3 days, or just continue? What you gotta tell me what you're talking about. We about to jump on a whole new sadhana. We are on the 64 yoginis and the nityas. I had a download 2 nights ago about how aliens enter the crown of a human, assume their body, and walk around as infiltrators. This might be a little off topic, but I mean, aliens do it, ghosts do it, ancestors do it. You know, this is it's just a vehicle, all right? It's just a vehicle that's going to break down one day. You no longer have it, and can this thing be hacked? Yes, it get hacked all the time. It's not a big deal. I wouldn't call them infiltrators. It's part of nature. That's how you got to see it. You practicing the occult, you got to normalize this thing, or you won't be in the occult for long. You get scared. Should you start, after 3 days of skipping, should you start sadhana all over again, or just continue? So when you start our sadhana, don't start over from scratch, because you're not going to be able to catch up in time. So just continue from where you are. The key thing is consistency. You know, that is the universal thing for success in every category of anything that you can ever get into. Is the most consistent person with anything is going to be the top. And that would be here too. In sadhana, you know, the person who starts off good and then falls off because their mom got sick will never be successful in this art. You gotta plan. Something will always happen. Something will always throw you off. There will always be something that's going to try to get in the way, and you got to tune that ish out, because it's not real. It's a distraction. It's life. All right? I forgot how many videos I did before my channel was taken down, but you think I would have got that number of videos completed if I paid attention to the things that tried to derail me? Hell no. Right? When doing this sadhana, hit your mantras every day. Find the time to hit your mantras, keep it moving. Find the time to hit your mantras, keep it moving. Don't allow nothing to get in the way of this. The sadhana, the tantra sadhana is about you, and it's about you and the goddess. It's you and the sadhana, your soul. What I love about this is whatever you do now, here, as far as mantras, when you die, and trust, you will die one day. If you got enough mantras in your system, you could go wherever you want to go. You could come back here if you want. You could never come back here. You could go into the Sri Yantra and live there if you want. You can do whatever you want. You can go all across the multiverse if you put in enough work. But if you don't, then you're coming back here. And then your memory will be wiped and you got to start all over from scratch until you figure it out. You can stop that cycle now. Right? All you got to do is motivate yourself. Every time you come back here, you back in jail. You don't want to go to jail no more, do the mantras. Right? But, and you know, there are other spiritual practices that can get the job done. Stuff like Sufism. But what I love about this is you get to do this and still have fun. You get to still get the material. You still get the wealth. This is the best thing ever. That's how you gotta see it. This is the best thing ever. All right? Hey, namaste from India. I'm new here. What's your content? Which nation are you from? I am from Harlem, New York. And my content is the Sri Vidya. That's the nation I'm from. All right. Hey, can you eat from the virgin bowl of Ganesha after the ritual? No, leave that for Ganesha, because you're going to do Ganesha work in the future. It's been a blast trying to keep up with you. You're no joke. You think trying to keep up with me is no joke now? Wait. Yes, by ways of Harlem, New York. That's right. All right. I hail from the asphalt jungle streets of Harlem. Are you a Buddhist or a Christian? I'm a sorta. I have no religion. Somebody asked me if I'm a Buddhist or a Christian. You can tell they do it. They don't follow me. Galactic goddess. I'm better now, but when I first started last year, I couldn't hang with the swag. But you here now, you know. Nah, we ain't gotta block them. We can let them live. We let them live. That's fine. We're not gonna block them. We're gonna show these Indians how we get down over here. Is it okay to use rainwater for the ritual instead of tap water or river water? Yes, rainwater is perfect. Can you speak on the correlation of the Buddha and the aliens? The Bodhisattvas, they are aliens. Okay? The Bodhisattvas are aliens. Right? That's how I know, that's how you all know when you're really doing this work, when you're really chanting the mantras and you start hearing monks chanting Om in your head. Have you heard that? Press 1. When you start hearing that, you're hearing the Bodhisattvas. The way you hear the Bodhisattvas is if you up there in the frequency. And shouts out to everybody who's experienced that. Yeah, you got Bodhisattvas in Nagas. See, the term Buddha is actually kind of a misnomer, right? Because there are Buddhas, right? The Buddhas are Bodhisattvas. That's the actually correct term. After we're given a mantra, do we stop doing the previous mantra? If you're on a new playlist, then we're doing new mantras. Like right now, we are finished with the secrets of Ganesha sadhana. So there's no mantras until I give it on the Living Necronomicon. And that might, more than likely, it should be today. I am in the land, India state where Lord Buddha got enlightened. Okay, well, guess what? I'm in the land of the American state where the Dark Lord got enlightened. Look, it's been enlightenment all over the planet for eons. Okay? The holy state of Harlem. All right. How about the power of them lotus scriptures? I love the lotus scriptures, but you know, the tantra bijas is what you want to look into. And then the tantra sutras is what you want to look into. Okay? All right. But I'm out of here. I'm going to try to go live on the Living Necronomicon and start y'all off with the 64 Yogini sadhana. Again, text me directly for the yantras, 917-605-1469. All right, I'm out to drink, y'all. One love. Peace.